Have you ever, actually thought about what goes into making a piece of jewelry? Seriously, the detail, the precision, it boggles my mind, and that's just one small part of what a jeweler does.
Right.
Most of us, we only ever see the finished product, the sparkle, the shine.
Yeah.
But today, we're going behind the scenes, folks, getting a peek into a world most people only dream about.
I'm excited.
And to help us navigate this deep dive, we're turning to the experts, the career detectives over at RoleCatcher.
They always have such great insights.
Seriously, these guys, they're like the Sherlock Holmes of career paths, always uncovering the hidden skills and strategies you need to really make it in any field. So what juicy secrets did they spill about the world of jewelers?
Oh, get ready for this, because it's way more than just designing pretty things.
Ooh.
RoleCatcher's guide, it really emphasizes just how multifaceted this job is. Of course, there's the artistic side, the design element, but it goes way beyond that.
Like what?
We're talking technical skills, understanding different metals, mastering repair work, even customer service plays a huge role.
Whoa, 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 hold on. Repair. I never would have thought about that. I always pictured it as this purely creative field. What kind of repairs are we talking about here?
Think about it. People damage their jewelry all the time, and it's not always as simple as it looks. Resizing rings, fixing broken chains, even restoring antique pieces, delicate, intricate work.
I never even considered that.
It's amazing. The guide even talks about using something called a centrifugal casting machine. Sounds intense, right?
Okay, first of all, a what machine? You're going to have to break that down for me. And for our listeners who aren't fluent in jeweler, what even is a centrifugal casting machine?
It's actually really cool. They use this machine. It spins super, super fast, and it basically forces molten metal into a mold to create these insanely detailed and precise jewelry components.
So instead of tiny little hammers and chisels, we've got molten metal spinning at warp speed.
Pretty much.
That's wild.
It just goes to show you how technical this field can be. I mean, imagine, it's like a science lab meets an art studio. You need that creative vision, but you also need that technical expertise to bring it to life.
I'm starting to realize that my image of a jeweler was a little simplistic.
Right. And that's just one example. When you look at what RoleCatcher's research revealed, it's this amazing blend of artistry, technical skill, and those people skills that are crucial for success in this field.
Okay, the artistry and the tech stuff, I get it now, but people skills, you lost me again.
Think about it this way. Jewelers, they often work directly with clients on pieces that are deeply personal and meaningful, right?
True, engagement rings, anniversary gifts, stuff like that.
Exactly. We're talking about pieces with serious emotional weight. So it's not just about getting the design right. You have to understand the client's vision, their story, their emotions. It's a lot of pressure.
Wow, so it's like being a therapist and an artist and an engineer all at the same time.
Kind of. It's about building trust, deciphering what the client wants, even when they don't know how to explain it, and guiding them through the entire process, which is probably why RoleCatcher found that customer service skills ranked highly for over half of the jewelers they surveyed.
Wow, 50%, that's huge. So being a people person is as important as knowing your way around a blowtorch.
It seems that way.
You know, I never would have thought about it like that, but it makes so much sense. These are pieces people treasure, passed down for generations. It's a big deal.
Absolutely, and it highlights a trend we're seeing more and more these days. It's not enough to just be a master of your craft. You have to blend those traditional skills with modern technology and those all-important interpersonal skills to really thrive.
It's like you need all the ingredients to make a perfect recipe, right? So how does someone even begin to build that kind of well-rounded skill set? Because that sounds intimidatingly impressive. Thankfully, RoleCatcher gives us some clues about that. So where do you even start building this ultimate jeweler skill set? I mean, it's a little overwhelming, right?
Right.
Thankfully, RoleCatcher, they've got us covered. They dive into that too, don't they?
They do, and it's this really cool blend of traditional approaches and then these very modern strategies. For example, they're huge fans of apprenticeships.
The old school, learn from a master kind of thing.
Exactly, exactly. It's that time-tested way to learn the craft, the really intricate skills of jewelry making from someone who's been there, done that.
Yeah, makes sense. You can't beat that hands-on experience.
I can't, but, and here's where the modern twist comes in, they also really emphasize building a strong online portfolio.
So even if you're just starting out, it's like, get your work out there for the world to see.
Yeah, it's about combining those age-old traditions of craftsmanship with the reach and the accessibility of, the digital world.
It's like they're saying, respect the past, but embrace the future.
Exactly, exactly. And I think that's really smart.
It is smart. Okay, but let's talk about the elephant in the room, or I guess the algorithm in the computer, right?
Right.
Because RoleCatcher talks about these automated recruiters. Is that something that, like, aspiring jewelers actually have to worry about?
It's not just aspiring jewelers, to be honest with
Oh,
you.
it's excellent.
This is a big deal in today's job market, no matter what field you're in.
Yeah.
More and more companies are using these AI-powered systems to scan resumes, to go through applications, and they're looking for very specific keywords, qualifications.
So it's like this digital gatekeeper that you have to get past.
It is, and it can be incredibly discouraging, right? You
Yeah.
pour your heart and soul into your resume, and then a bot might just filter it out before a human even sees it.
Yeah, it's tough out there. But RoleCatcher, they don't just leave us hanging, do they? They actually give some strategies for navigating this whole thing, right?
They do, they do. And it's all about understanding how to tailor your application so that it appeals to not just human readers, but also those AI systems.
So you've got to speak both languages, human and robot.
It's like that.
I like it. So what are some of those secret strategies then?
So think about keywords, for example, right?
Okay.
Making sure you're using the right ones, highlighting the skills that are most relevant for the jobs that you're applying for, showcasing your accomplishments in a way that really pops, whether a human or a bot is doing the reading.
So it's like you said, understanding the rules of the game so you can win even if you're playing against a computer.
Precisely.
Yeah,
Work smarter, not harder.
right. I like it. Okay, this is all incredibly relevant, of course, for anyone who wants to be a jeweler, but I have to say, I'm getting this feeling that there are some really universal lessons here for everyone, even if you can't tell the difference between, like, a bezel and a brooch.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. What I think is so fascinating about this is that these insights, they apply to so many different fields. The need to constantly be learning, the value of blending those traditional skills with technology, the importance of making your work visible online, and even that whole thing with navigating these AI hiring processes, those are all trends that are really shaping the future of work as a whole.
It's almost like what's happening in the jewelry world is a glimpse into the future of work for everyone.
Totally. Adaptability, that blend of old and new, putting yourself out there online, these aren't just tips for jewelers, they're becoming the bare minimum.
It's like required skills for just existing in the professional world these days.
Pretty much.
So, okay, even if none of us are rushing out to find a master goldsmith to study under anytime soon, there's some real gold in this deep dive for everyone, no matter what you do.
Oh, absolutely. This whole idea of like taking charge of your career, it really struck a chord with me. You can't just assume that the skills you have now are going to be enough forever, right?
Yeah, it's like continuous learning. It's not just a buzzword anymore. It's the reality, right?
It is. It is. And RoleCatcher, they really hammer that home, building a network, staying on top of trends, always being open to learning new things.
It can feel a little overwhelming though, right? Like, where do you even start?
And that's where having resources like RoleCatcher, it can make a huge difference. They don't just tell you what the challenges are. They give you the tools and the knowledge to actually face them.
It's like having a career DPS, but
Yeah.
like one that not only shows you where you are, but also helps you map out where you want to go.
Exactly. And they do it in a way that's like actually engaging and easy to understand, which is so key.
Especially these days, right? Information overload is real.
For real.
So, big takeaway here, folks, whether you're, top of your field or just starting out, be proactive, do your research, and never, ever stop learning.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Because, just like those jewelers, carefully crafting those intricate pieces, we're all shaping our own futures. One skill, one connection, one aha moment at a time.